Oh gosh. Good afternoon, planet. How are you? Yours truly, Chad here. Most One of the most advanced nanotechnology, magnetoprotein enthusiastic research person on the planet. Quite possibly, uh, probably high ranking, like a high ranking llama. How you doing? I was just going through some redundancy, we'll call it. It's like the computer's playing itself, putting diseases in and re-breaking it, using diseases, using biological warfares, installing it, and healing it and breaking it and taking the proteins, the strands. Okay, so now you know what I'm doing since I woke up. This has been happening. Even the birds are here to save the day here. There's something in my voice box too, I must tell you. It started in my mouth, made its way into my voice box. It's like a rolling shutter. That's the best explanation I got. I don't know exactly what it is, but the phantoms from the brain, the magnetic resonance of the brain, whatever else is occurring, there's something in my voice box. There's an overlay taking place, probably to set pressure points in any words that come out of my mouth. The way that these nuts are that are playing with magnetic fields and communications right now, because this is advanced computing 101, and that's female 101. um, Mr. Eric Schmidt, I want to talk to you since you got some sense to you. You're ex-CEO of Google, and you're still involved in philosophical and electrical engineering processes, but you weren't a scientist, so I hear. Maybe not. I don't know. You're not electrical engineering scientists. The old guys are pissed at you. But anyways, I got a couple videos that popped up on my phone for me to watch the lecture and go get paid $50 an hour to take my phone and or any other devices that you're supposed to be paying me to go talk about this stuff, and then go observe the environment, make sure there's no malicious stuff taking place, make sure everything's up and moving. We don't have any well, like, what would you call whenever you have somebody who is trying to destroy and destruct? Just make sure none of that's just taking place. So here's the deal. I got a video, or I got a lecture on nanoparticles in food. And I got one from Lockheed Martin last night. They released some new type of missile for the Army. It flies like 800 kilometers or something like that. Nice missile. It's fit two in a capsule. And then I got one for nanoparticles in food. Now, here's the issue. I've already spoken about this before, and these two correlate so well together that it's unbelievable. So when we use those tools that Lockheed Martin developed this, they just posted it on our YouTube channel and it popped up on my phone last night. When you take this rocket with a incendiary explosive on the top of it and you explode this, we have nano weapons inside of this. Just like what's happening with geoengineering, sort of. But these ones here are completely different, aren't they? These advanced computers, little antennas, little whatever nano weapons they may be. This missile explodes, and then it goes everywhere throughout the environment. It goes to the electric grid, it goes to people's hair, it goes to the food supply, it goes to the weather, It'll literally take over an environment and build a virtual reality as of right now because it took the scalar field from me for this to occur. It'll set up self oscillations and create a field to do monitoring to find, well, whatever else we're looking for, because this is advanced computing and a surveillance weapon. Now, when that happens, that means you're going to take over the antenna system, communication systems, and hopefully whatever else you put into these advanced little computers that are breaking blood brain barriers as well, and genetically modifying organisms themselves. There's many applications for this hardware. Many applications for this hardware. And as I got to the nanoparticles in food, someone was explaining, you look on the back of what's in the food, and it doesn't tell you if there's nanoparticles in there that are deliberately used in a lot of food. They say you look back and you see these really big words, this, that, and the third, and there's metals in there. These little tiny metals that are as big as 1/1000th of a meter. So that's DNA size, nanometers. It's like the sunlight from whatever, 800 nanometers to 200 nanometers. These are sizes. There's somebody here trying to heckle me with voice to skull communications. Photoacoustic amplifications. It's here. But anyways, can you pick it up on a microphone coil? Well, they say they put this in the food. And when it goes into the food, I watched another video the other day where they're going to be issuing capsules where you take. And these little nano robots, they call them, nanoparticles, go into your stomach, enter the bloodstream, and voila, they're in the brain. Voila, they're in the brain. Now, for a pharmaceutical, for a capsule, how many people are you going to be holding captive with this technology? And how many people are going to not be held captive and, pay $25,000 for a plate of food at a political event? And then the environment, the birds. Don't forget those nano weapons. They explode. They go all over the place and it hits birds, trees, power lines, transformers, communications, cars, weather. And it'll go up into the weather and start hacking their clouds, taking over everything. Yeah, it's going to destroy a building, wherever the computers are at, that might be doing control or whatever, and then it's going to take over. Is this like the best for humanity, Mr. Schmidt? Start a little drone, these little drones come out, little nano computer drones, they come out. No, I'm thinking about security here, because now you're using this technology for security, but now you're destroying the fucking planet, quite literally, because it's a computer, and who's going to stop other people from using that computer? And then more importantly, there's a very important piece of paper that come out talking about nano weapons and self-replicating systems that are literally designed from probably cancer cells and types of other metals fused together, and they go off on their own. And all they do is, just like a human eats food, this thing eats. Kind of like you take acid, pour it on something, watch acid dissolve something. And whatever other application. There's many applications, Mr. Schmidt. And it just so correlate. It's so well correlated. I'm being heckled right now. Since you take food particles or you take a capsule and it goes through your bloodstream, now it goes up into your brain. Now the human being, as of right now, there's little antennas in there And I heard, who did I hear the other night? Someone talking about well, yeah, we have the cell phone, and now what we want to do is take nano and have it up into our brain. Someone said, well, you want to have little Wi-Fi antennas in our brains. Hmm. Hmm. Like, jeez. Google, are you going to start your own private police? Or other, like, police forces getting ready to fight you guys over this shit? What's going on, humanity? Because I got an IT guy up here that won't show me his face. He won't even talk about shit. Where I'm from. Oh, I'm thinking. I'm thinking very well. And not to mention it, you got Google, TikTok, YouTube, X, Microsoft,